States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to tonight's planning board meeting. Please be aware of the fire exits. In the event of an emergency, please move in a calm and orderly fashion down the stairs, and please do not use the elevator. The meeting notes are taken by the secretary for the purpose of a record in minutes, so please identify yourself each time you come to the podium, and please speak into the microphone. The meeting minutes are not to be intended to be a verbatim record, but only to indicate the sum and substance of the proceedings. The meetings and workshops are being recorded on our ICAT department and broadcast on Spectrum Channel 1303. The board will follow the items in the order they appear on the agenda. There is only one item on the agenda tonight. There is a copy of the agenda near the door. After the case has been called, the applicant and/or agent shall come to the podium to present their case. During this time, the planning board members will have the opportunity to question and comment on the case. For public hearing cases, which tonight is, the chairman will open the case for public input, in which anyone wishing to speak regarding the case will come to the podium, state your name and address, and direct your comments to the board and only the board. Once all public input has been received, the applicant and/or agent will be given the opportunity to respond to the public input. Once all public input has been completed, the chairman will close the public input, and the board will then move into a decision. No further input is allowed at that point. Please call the case on our agenda.
Case number is PB 2025.09.01. Request by Land Tech Surveying and Planning, acting as agent for Aljust Properties LLC, for preliminary final site plan approval for the construction of 3 buildings totaling 6 units with attached garages with site-related improvements on premises 5324, 5334, 5340 St. Paul Boulevard, and 8 2nd Street in the C Business District.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Sharaba with Land Tech on behalf of the applicant this evening. I know the board has seen this project numerous times and probably very familiar with it, but I'll just do a brief overview. As the public notice stated, this property is about 3/10 of an acre in size. It encompasses 4 different tax parcels. Our proposal is to subdivide these parcels and create 3 new lots. On each of those new lots will be 1 duplex home built. So each unit will have its own lot. These duplexes are a total of 12 units. We are proposing a 1-car garage for each unit, and then each unit will have another parking spot in front of it. We also have visitor parking. We have 4 spots proposed on the site for additional parking. We know that's a commodity down there. Other than that, this site has access to public gas, electric, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, water. All those utilities are on both roads. Some of the utilities are already there. As we all know, that used to be the Anchor Inn or Sly Fox Restaurant on the eastern portion. So we have numerous existing valves and laterals that are there that we're going to try to reutilize as part of this project. The project has gone a long way. We got a special permit from the town board. We've got several area variances from the zoning board as well, requiring setbacks and things like that. I think the biggest challenge, or what we've worked on the most together as a board and as a consultant, is the building style. Sal took a lot of time in his design, and we are proposing 3 totally different looking buildings. They are close in nature, but they have all different colors. We felt that would be the best for the neighborhood. It's a unique neighborhood. We're very familiar with the neighborhood, and I think that we've gone a long way with the layout. We have different textures, roof lines, colors that we can get into. I think we've addressed all the comments from Monroe County DRC, Monroe County DOT, and we work closely with town staff as well. So I think at this point, we're looking forward to final approval, and can I address any questions you have or the public?
Sure. I do have one question. At the last meeting on 2nd Street, the additional parking, visitor parking,
Yes.
I thought the town requested that you put a break in between those.
We have not updated the maps only the week we had, so we have no problem being a condition of approval if we're so fortunate.
Okay. Anything else from anybody? Shelley?
I just have a question. Unit B, the snow storage that would be with those 2 parking, I was just a little concerned that it could push up towards that patio area? I know it's winter time, but
Yeah. So it could. Mr. Solitari, again, is his business is a landlord, and in certain situations, he does have to take snow removed from some of his properties. So if it did get, that area is too encumbered with snow, he'd have to bring something in and remove snow from that area. But we don't want to impact the patio on that unit.
and then the satellite in the back area there?
That's not on our property.
Okay. All right.
Any other questions from the board? Oh, go ahead.
How many total bedrooms?
2 bedrooms per unit.
Okay, so 12.
12 total.
bedrooms total. Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, with that, I'll open up the public hearing. Mr. Shrava, if you could take a seat. Please state your name and address.
I'm Nancy Griffin, 15 Second Street. And I don't know how well aware you are or not. I don't think you are. That Somerville is a very unique, old, historic area that's a very peaceful neighborhood where the neighbors are considerate and respect each other. There's walking, people walk up and down St. Paul daily. You can see people. Dog walkers, they all carry bags to clean up after their dogs so it doesn't, bother the residents along this way or the other walkers. And it's just very peaceful, nice walk, which a lot of people take advantage of. It's a very safe walk. And every meeting that I've been to on this topic, it's been brought up. Somebody from 2nd Street or Somerville Drive has brought up the fact that these two little dead ends, narrow side streets are already dealing with overcrowding of traffic from our own cars. And to add, and it's been requested and ignored, that they put their driveways from this property out, dump them out onto 2nd Street and Somerville Drive, adding more hardship to the residents that live there. And nobody seems to care. But the traffic that would, these streets were constructed way back before there were cars, a lot of cars. And that's why they're so small. And we deal with it regularly, but adding more cars to it is just not acceptable. And crowding 6 units and 6 garages, and now we're hearing 4 parking spots on 4 little Somerville lots, which are small, is just inappropriate for the area. And we've got 60 signatures from residents that are opposed to this proposal. But nobody seems to be listening to that. They don't care about the residents or how it's affecting them. I sat in on the planning board workshop, and the discussion was, what color roof should put up? What kind of tree should be planted? And nobody has said anything about how this affects the residents of the area. And I don't think that that is fair at all. I think if you care anything at all about Somerville neighborhood, which is a very peaceful, considerate neighborhood where residents help each other, look out for each other, and the residents of the area, you will not approve this proposal because it's just not right for the community. And I would hope if you care anything at all about Somerville and its residents that you will not approve this proposal. That's all I got to say.
Thank
If
you.
you want a copy of the 60 names that have signed,
Please make sure Michelle gets a copy.
okay, then I will. But, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Please state your name and address.
My name is Katha Pattison, and I'm 151 Lake Front. I've spoken at all the hearings for this proposed duplex units. As stated, it is they're beautiful in looks, but I can't imagine 12 more people, if it's a minimum of 12, in that little area. Where are they going to go if they want to have people over? What happens if they have big party? What happens when relatives come from out of town? There is no way to go to the beach on Somerville Drive, which is my street. You have to go down to Beatree Beach, which is on the curve. I hope that if this is approved, that no one's going to get in fights with us, and no one's going to say it's my right to come through your yard, get your dogs out of my way, etc., because people do that. We've had people walk up to us and say, don't you think it's time you mowed? It's like, hello, this is my acre yard, not yours. People are basically entitled, and the most people in Somerville, they all stop, say hello, how are you doing, which is very unique. Even at Haramus, the grocery store, everyone is kind, everyone's good. I don't know what this will bring. I can't predict the future, but I hope it doesn't become hell for me and my family. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else who wants to address? John, before I close the hearing, would you like to respond?
Sure. I appreciate Mrs. Patterson and Mrs. Griffin's comments. We understand that the Somerville area is a very unique area and very peaceful. I'd like to remind the board that, first of all, this is a zoned commercial area, and we're actually downgrading the intensity of the use. So you can imagine we can open up another bar, we can open up 4 bars, we can open up a laundromat, we can open up a funeral home. Very intensive uses could be proposed on this site. So take that away. So take the commercial. We have 4 parcels there today. We could go to the zoning board and build 4 units on these parcels. You know, that's a pre-existing non-conforming use. My client says he wants to build something better. That's why we're making these lots bigger. Yes, they're 3 lots, they're very small, but it's afforded us to allow him to build a product that he can be proud of. And I think a product that the families will be proud of in the neighborhood. When you build new housing, it's very expensive to build. This is not subsidized in any way. The rents are going to be very expensive to accommodate the cost of building in today's world. Traffic was mentioned. We have access off of both of the stub streets. Those streets are not wagon paths. Those streets were recently upgraded with gutters and new pavement, and sewer in there, within the last 10 to 15 years. I know the DPW director mentioned what the date was. I fail to remember that right now. So they're not old streets, and we're not proposing to impact anybody further north than our property lines. So we understand that. We understand that there's a crowding issue with traffic. We're providing spots on our property where cars are not in the right-of-ways of the traveled way. They're in a garage or off the pavement enough where a car can pass through. And as we know, we've added some visitor parking as well to help with any crowding issue. We're not promoting any beach access. We don't have any rights. I'm not familiar with that term. I know it's a hot area down there. We're not gonna tell people they can go down through Second Street or Somerville Street for beach access. I think that the tenants are set up to be not short-term tenants. We hope that people come in there and rent them for years and years and become part of the neighborhood and are embraced where the people are there and enjoy their property quietly. So that's really all I can say. You know, it could be a lot more intense use than what we're proposing. So I think that's all I have to try to address both those questions.
Thank you.
Yep.
I got a question, John.
Can I close the public hearing
Yeah.
first? And then I'm going to close the public hearing, and now if there's any other questions, go ahead.
We didn't discuss this, but if approved, duration of the project, is it gonna be a concurrent 3 at once, or are we gonna do 1, 1, 1?
It might be, you know, it's a small business owner. There's an existing house there. I know he wants to, you know, that'll probably be the last lot to be built on. So I think he'll do one at a time. It'll be a methodical, thoughtful process. So it's one house up and then move on to the next.
And I never thought to ask, I just noticed you called out the HVAC. Those are typical
Residential units.
residential, nothing loud.
No.
Okay. Any other questions?
Just one, not really a question, but, getting to Miss Pattinson's, comment about, people coming down to the end of the street thinking they could go across, her property to the beach.
Yeah.
Not something that we can control, because at the end of the day, it's trespassing, but maybe in the leases, add some language in there just so, renters are aware of that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. I think I mentioned that before. We could do that, and I'm aware of the Beatrice Beach access and, the fishing access down to the river. Everything's fairly close by. I can understand their concern of having people walk through their yards, so we can look into that.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle or Kate, would you like to go over seeker?
Sure. Parts 2 and 3 have been completed with a no or small impact may occur regarding the determination. The Arundequoit Town Planning Board has determined that the proposed action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts. This determination is based on the following findings. The project is located within the C Business District where multifamily residential development is a specifically permitted use. Especially permitted use, and the proposed development is not in conflict with the town's comprehensive plan. The proposed construction of 3 duplex buildings will not significantly alter the intensity of land use within the area, as the surrounding district contains a mix of commercial and residential properties. The development is expected to generate a minor increase in local vehicular traffic, and existing infrastructure has adequate capacity to accommodate the development. The site does not contain wetlands, critical environmental areas, or other sensitive natural habitats, nor does the project involve hazardous materials, emissions, or activities that could pose a health risk to residents. The requests are not substantial due to the existing configuration of the land use area, are situated close together, and do not meet current codes. Any development within this area would be significantly impacted by current codes.
Okay,
If the board should have anything additional to add that they would like to, please let me know.
hearing none. Any more discussion before we move towards motions? Seeing none, okay, I'll make the seeker. So regarding case number PB 2025.09.01, in regards to seeker, this would be an unlisted negative declaration. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank Thank you. Hold on one second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstains? We do have one absent, but we have an alternative here tonight. So that carries. Give me 1 second, please. Seven ayes. And I'll entertain a motion for the next one. Go ahead.
On case PB, I don't have the case number in front of me, I'm sorry.
You want, I'll do the motion, you want me, okay.
Sure.
Okay, in regards to case number PB 2025, .09.01, I move preliminary and final site plan approval with the following conditions. One, that the driveway on Second Street, I'm gonna ask the town for a little bit of help here. You want that separated, or?
So I depicted that, subject to adding a 4-foot berm between the parking spaces on Second Street.
Or meeting code? Separation or berm?
Well, separation,
Berm might be
it's
challenging.
gotta be 2 feet on each side. So,
No problem. I just don't want to put a berm in the middle and be very difficult.
You could say, meets side setback,
Yeah.
code requirements.
So driveway meets side setback code requirement. And Ms. Hefner, did you want to add anything about the snow plow removal, or snow removal? If needed, it will be taken off-site.
If it starts to affect that patio.
And that's fine if you want to make it part of the condition.
If snow removal affects patios, snow to be removed off-site. Does that work? Okay, do I have a second?
I'm gonna add to that
Oh,
if you don't mind.
Sure.
The owner is accepting all responsibility for the upkeep of landscaping. That question was asked at the workshop, and I think that it was agreed to, and that there's no signage on this property.
Mr. Chairman, can I butt in for one moment?
Yes?
And I know you made your motion for site plan approval, we're asking requesting subdivision approval. That's a secondary.
administrative.
Oh, okay. I didn't
See
know if they-
business administrative.
So, all right,
No,
Doesn't require planning board approval.
all right, sounds good.
no signage, on property. Anything else? Okay, do I have a second?
Second?
I just want to make sure that was for preliminary site plan and final site plan.
Correct.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstain? And we have one absent. Thank you. Good luck with your project.
Thank you very much.
Please work with the neighbors.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure, that'd be great.
Unless you want us for a souvenir.
No, thank you.
And thank you for listening to the board, too. I forgot to add that before the end. Did we want to go through these minutes? No, okay. See no other activities, I move that we adjourn. Do I have a second? Meeting's adjourned.